All right. All right. Welcome. I know it's been a while since I've done a commentary video, but I'm back now, so we're gonna send it like this. This game did start a little late, but nothing really important, crazy happened. Just Wappy versus Alley start. Um, Wappy's very good into Alley. There's the cool breeze, as well as the lowering speed and disease. Just passive damage over time. Um, Team archetype here. I just wanted to stack bombs. That's the whole point of this whole team, was just stacking bombs for fun. So you'll kind of see how it performs here. Whackers is going to go a little crazy considering it's got Subduction Zone Bomb into Lamble and Pisky. This team is very strong, as is. Definitely probably could have a better legendary, and not a super big fan of Amarupt here, but it does its job. But anyways, I noticed that I can just kind of fight here. Hit once, then use Subduction Zone. That way I can force the switch and get a crit on one of them, or this beat just takes big damage. So this is where I go to Amarupt here to just stack more bombs and to save Quackers for the back for Lamble and Pisky. He opts the terrain here, which is really weird. Not really too sure what he was doing here. I assumed he was going to click negate here to avoid the earth damage bomb. However, I guess he decided it wasn't worth it in the end and decided to take the hit. Misplay on his part, but then again, he didn't really have much of a choice this game. Bomb just gave way too much value. Right there you see the 24 and 46 damage. And that is just insane passive damage. It's unavoidable. That's my only issue with this mechanic, is just unavoidable. It can turn over double turns if the opponent is faster than you and it dies on their turn. It turns over to a double turn if you're faster than the next coming crit. It's just game changing if you can set it up properly and do things like this. Right here, I have 4 bombs on this miscrit right here. You got 2 with 2 turns, you got 1 with 1 turn. He takes 20 damage from a 13 AP bomb. It's just a little ridiculous. Like right here, he's gonna take another, I think it was 30 right there. He almost dies from those bombs. I'm just stacking more and more bombs here. It's just a little bit ridiculous of a mechanic. It's definitely a little unfair and definitely needs to be tweaked a little bit. I don't know how they would tweak it. It's just unavoidable damage that needs to be able to be cleansed. Damage being avoided a little bit easier than it is. It's just, there's not much you can do here. I don't know. The mechanic itself is just a little weird. You can kind of see the big damage here, right? So he goes into Pisky here. He's got 1 turn left. I should have clicked Ensnare first. And then Savage Roots. Because now the EA drop will happen before the bomb damage, but it still does good damage. It did like 50 damage there. But he's just got nothing he can do here. He's just kind of forced to fight this, unfortunately. He does heal with Sharon characters with the paralysis, so he gets 80 HP there. It was a good play by him, but there just isn't anything you can do here. I force a switch here after I hit one more time just to get a little more disease on it. He opts to cleanse, maybe thinking he cleanses the bomb. I'm not too sure. But he has to either switch here and take a big damage on the beat, which loses him the game, or he takes a crit of Pisky. Either way, this mechanic is just really dumb in my opinion, but what can you do? I just had a little more fun here and clicked some deduction zones in. This game is over. You couldn't win this from this point. Bomb just did way too much value. So I had a little fun here. Started clicking more bombs, so Pisky would take a critical bomb, and I wanted to stack with Woolaboo, his 200 EA move, which is a little ridiculous. I opted to click more bombs here because you can stack it because it's got no cooldown, which is another thing this crit needs, is a cooldown. Being able to stack the same bomb is a little ridiculous because there he is taking, 50 damage passively. Now I stack here. I was being a little dickhead. I could have finished this game, but I wanted to bomb. I wanted to go bombo clop people. So we put more bombs on this guy, and he's just forced to sit here and take it. There's anything you can do about it. He just takes damage. That's the issue. This mechanic is just dumb. I tried saving for fun, so maybe he can die on his own turn, but I miss. So he kills there, but he's got one more turn on bombs now. So I just click Savage Roots and watch it fall. I don't know. There was nothing this guy could do. I could have 2-alived him. Maybe you could have furthered that 3-alived if I wanted to. But I said it wasn't worth it. 200 EA is just a little ridiculous. That was game 1. Moving on to game 2. The same team. Here we get a D-Quirk lead versus Wappy. So Disease is very nice here because it gets passive damage, just can't heal, and if it does stay in and gives me either the Amarupt and or the Quacker's switch, I get a critical with the Disease. Here I opted to give up Amarupt Snipe. I do less damage on the Snipe considering it's only 20 AP, but I didn't want Laguni getting free damage on my Quackers. So I opted to switch to Amarupt here for the damage and the crit on the Disease. He pulls 11 from the Disease, which is decent enough, then just 54 with the bomb now. He opts to go Laguni, which is the good play because I don't have negate here, so he can paralyze and get 2 crits. Just has to risk me missing a sleep, which you'll see. Amarupt is cool. I don't mind the miscrit. It's fun. I'll say that. I do think that it needs a better one-time use. 13 and 13 is kind of weird considering Wiggle is same rarity, no negate, and it has 15-15 as well as multiple uses, which is a small cooldown. But this only has one-time use and it's 13 plus 13. It's a little weird. I think that should be changed a little bit on this guy. And it'll be better. Maybe they thought because it has perfect stats and asleep it'd be more balanced, but I don't think that's a good way of looking at it. So here I switch into Lagoons, hoping that he goes to Avarice, which he should have done, and he does here. So now I go back to, I want to say my Wappy. I was going to negate and fight this, but I opted not to. There's no point to. I say this for Laguni in the end, it's a lot better. So yeah, I go Wappy here just to either fight here, or if he decides to switch, he can. His only real switch here would be Laguni, either way they take a crit, but he opts to go D-Quirk really weird. But he takes a critical from the bomb. Didn't understand that part, sorry. Holy. I probably should have hit once and then sniped, but I guess I wanted to save HP on Wappy because Amber was kind of useless. I had more bombs than this guy. I negated, so he didn't get the Laguni snipe, and he was going to die to bombs. Unless he get it on his Venom, which is fine. He does a really weird play. Probably worst play he could have made here. Maybe not because I had negated. But he swaps to Laguni. I'm 4 ED on Quackers, and he's 2 ED on Laguni, so he's gonna get kind of rinsed. Yeah, he unfortunately doesn't have a choice here. I don't know why he was thinking so much. He switched in, then he was thinking too much. Either way, I've got a 15 AP Firebomb cooking on top of my finals, beating 32 AP Fire Waddle, and then Earthquake, which is 30 AP. So I do a decent chunk there. I do 60 damage or something like that. I just fight here. Well, I click bombs on him first. The idea here was to try and show the double turn, but I died too quick for the double turn to go off. I should have clicked it first before Fire Waddle. That way I would have got the double turn. But, yeah. I opted just to hit Earthquake here. A kill, because there's no way I can really save it, and there's no point in saving it. I get a crit Genesect anyways. I wasn't trying to get too fancy here. So I click Fire Waddle here. He should have swapped into Avarice to get... I think he does actually, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm tripping. It's been a while since I played this game. He should swap to the Avarice here though to get the weak Earth hit, kill this off, and then have his order fixed. But he doesn't actually, no, that's right. He does go to D-Quirk here for some reason, kills that off. And only gets a single turn. So he kills my Quackers because this is the start of a new turn now. that he was faster and died to his own bomb. So he kills me. He might have thought he got a double turn with it, but I don't know. Now I just swap. Or I think I fight here because I can. There's no point for me to swap. It's basically the same outcome either way. If I swap to Wappy, he swaps the seed, and then it's just back and forth. So I fight here. Woolaboo is balanced as far as archetype is concerned until you look at Savage Roots and the ability to use Ensnare and Binding Bush. Like I did some math, and with my bonuses that I have in my current sets, that's like 128 total EA. With Ensnare and Binding Bush, after one Savage Roots, you're doing anywhere from 150 to 180 damage, depending on the crit of an ED. ED of a crit, I should say. Like 130 ED crit, which is very high for the average crit, is taking on average about, what was the math? I think it was like 160, 170 damage just from bomb and EA, and that's not even including the disease. I guess he thought he would live Nature Bomb. I don't know, but I don't know why he could confuse me in there. Let me try to avoid the damage on the seed. But now I was gonna click on Snare again, but there's no point. So I click Binding Bush and I get 68 damage on a Moon Rock Geneseed. It's a little insane. I opted to switch here. There's just no point to, so I click Jagged Jaws now and just fight it through. But yeah, no, this is a little insane. The bombs just, they're a little oppressive at times. Because even if you go into, let's say, like a Nature Miscrit and you have a Firebomb and they go to a water, you can just negate that Nature Miscrit and it still hits for neutral damage. Here we have Criminal. Yeah, I swapped the Nooble this game because I wanted to try something different. I didn't really like Amarept. He didn't really do too well, in my opinion. He was just kind of fun for the bombs. We speed tie here because his outfit's 5 speed. I was kind of I have a 14 speed Wappy, so I'm a little fast. But we do tie with this speed here. I believe, actually. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a little slower. But he does get a lot of value here with his alpha because I was faster. He pretty much takes the entirety of this crit. Just because disease has nothing to it. This is a pretty hard check to Wappy. Wanted to either die to his next final. That's why I clicked Fog Burst there. But I saw that I probably wouldn't die. So I didn't. I took Cool Breeze, so because I seen the damage earlier, so I knew 23 HP would be fine. That way I got a double turn with my Quackers. I kind of wanted him to snipe me, so I just clicked Subduction Zone for bombs on him. I wanted him to snipe with Eclipso, but he opted not to, so whatever. So he's got 2 switches. Either he can go D-Gippo or Eclipso. In my opinion, he should have gone Eclipso. But I guess D-Gippo's fine too, because there is a Woolaboo in the back. So no negate D-Gippo is fine playing here. And I am 2 PD, so it's low PD. However, that being said, I can just sit here, fight, negate this, and I will win this because the bombs are up right now. Right here, he's taking 50 damage from the bombs. And that's not even done, because I put him back up for fun. I could have just killed here, but I was like, nah, I want to put more bombs up for fun. So now we have another 2 bombs ready, cooking in the bag, ready for this. I click bomb again. I could have killed it, but he had destruction up, so I figured I'll just go for this. He makes the really weird play of swapping, and you'll see what happens when he does. So he goes here for whatever reason. The deke work. Don't know why there's a firebomb cooking up in the back. So I click Savage Roost to get my EA buff, and then I paralyze it in so I can't move. switch anywhere, so it's forced to take that 42 total AP worth of damage. And he ends up taking 53 from the fire, 27 from the earth. So he just gets absolutely nuked from. I think at that point it would be 248 EA. So this decoy gets melted in 2 turns just from bombs, basically. And the ups just hit without negating here. Super weird play. Considering I had to switch anyways from Switch Curse and Venom on me. But he gets me a crit here. That's pretty much wraps for this game. I mean, the bombs were just too much. It annihilated Decoy. Sure, it was a bad switch, but he also didn't really have much of a choice to go anywhere else. He could have gone Alpha, and then Eclipso was taking the bombs. So it was just a bad situation for him. So I kill here, just voltage, and then I get a final on Alpha. At this point, I kind of knew his game. So I Enlightening here, get it low HP. And then I just swap to Woolaboo to save Eclipso, or to save Nooble in the back. I don't know. I really don't like these mechanics at all. But we'll see. Maybe they fix it in the future. Maybe they add some effect to almost diffuse the bomb. I can probably see that coming in. I can see a diffuse situation coming. I click bomb again for fun, because why not? There's no point not to. He kills me here, but nothing he can do. I have a double turn with Nooble, and he's got a bomb cooking on the back. I was going to click Merlin's Dream for fun, for the EA buff as well, to see how much damage that bomb would do, but the people in the VC were just telling me to click Voltage, so I opted to just click Voltage. I don't care. It was a win either way. No matter what way you look at it, they die. And he does Lunar Lull for whatever reason. Does nothing for him, but maybe he just wanted to do it for BM. Who knows? Then he ends up taking like 47 damage from the bomb. But yeah, GG's.